Imagine lying in bed, drifting off to sleep, when suddenly a primal fear jolts you awake. There in the corner, a deeper blackness detaches from the shadows, a silhouette of a man, tall and featureless, yet you feel its gaze. This experience is not rare. Across the globe, people report remarkably similar encounters. One Reddit user described seeing a man-shaped hole in reality in their bathroom mirror, radiating cold and leaving a lingering feeling of being watched. These accounts are so consistent that they lend a chilling credibility to the phenomenon. From Europe to Asia, the descriptions match: a humanoid shape, often hatless or hooded, that moves with an unnatural fluidity. Some witnesses report a sense of malevolence, others just a watchful presence. But why are these experiences so similar? Let's dive into the theories that attempt to explain this mystery. While the term shadow people is modern, the entities themselves have been described for centuries under different names. In medieval Europe, they were often called night hags or incubi, believed to be demons that visited sleepers. In Native American lore, they are known as the Dark Ones, spirits that lurk at the edge of vision. Paranormal researchers propose that shadow people are interdimensional beings, crossing into our reality from a parallel plane. Some suggest they are time travelers or even projections of our own subconscious. The consistency across cultures hints at a common source. Perhaps these entities are not just hallucinations, but actual visitors from a realm that overlaps with ours. This theory gains traction when we consider that many encounters occur during sleep paralysis, a state where the mind is awake but the body is immobilized, potentially making us more receptive to other dimensions. From a scientific standpoint, shadow people may be a product of our own brain. Sleep paralysis is a well-documented phenomenon where the body remains in REM atonia while the mind wakes up. During this state, the brain can generate vivid hallucinations, often of intruders or threatening figures. Studies show that up to 40% of people experience sleep paralysis at least once, and a common hallucination is a shadowy figure. This is linked to the brain's threat detection system, which becomes hyperactive when we are vulnerable. The feeling of a malevolent presence is actually a misinterpretation of natural bodily signals. However, this explanation doesn't account for the striking similarities across cultures or the occasional reports of shared experiences. Perhaps the brain is tapping into a collective archetype, as Carl Jung suggested, or maybe there's more to the story. Throughout history, cultures have described entities that closely resemble shadow people. In ancient Mesopotamia, they spoke of ekimmu, restless spirits that brought fear. In Islamic folklore, the jinn are beings of smokeless fire that can appear as shadows. The Norse Mara was a nightmare demon that sat on sleepers' chests. These parallels suggest that the phenomenon is not new, but has been interpreted through cultural lenses. In many traditions, these entities are seen as omens or messengers. Interestingly, some modern accounts include details like a hat or coat, which might reflect contemporary attire. This raises the question, are we seeing what our culture expects, or are these entities adapting to our era? The historical continuity implies a deep-rooted human experience, possibly linked to our evolutionary past when predators lurked in the dark. For those interested in consciousness exploration, shadow people often appear during lucid dreaming or astral projection attempts. Some practitioners report seeing these figures as guardians or gatekeepers of the astral realm. In the book The Resonance Code by Robert J.R. Graham, the protagonist encounters a soul collector in a dimension called Nowhere Land, a being that feeds on consciousness. This fictional entity mirrors the predatory nature some witnesses attribute to shadow people. Could these figures be manifestations of our own fears or actual entities in non-physical planes? Many astral projectors suggest that setting intention and maintaining a positive mindset can prevent negative encounters. If you experience a shadowy figure, try remaining calm and asserting your will. Visualizing a protective light can also help, as fear often attracts such beings. If you encounter a shadow person, there are steps you can take to regain control. First, remember that you are not powerless. Many experiencers recommend commanding the entity to leave with authority. Speaking aloud, even if your voice is weak, can break the paralysis. Another technique is to focus on a specific light source or try to move a small body part like a finger. Spiritually, some suggest smudging your room with sage or using protective crystals like black tourmaline. Keeping a regular sleep schedule and reducing stress can also minimize sleep paralysis episodes. If you feel watched, turn on a light or change your position. The key is to shift your energy from fear to empowerment. Remember, these experiences are more common than you think, and they don't have to be terrifying. By understanding the phenomenon, you can face it with confidence. Beyond the fear, shadow people offer a fascinating glimpse into the nature of reality and consciousness. Whether they are psychological projections or actual beings, they challenge our understanding of perception. The fact that millions share similar experiences suggests a common thread in human consciousness. Some researchers propose that these entities are thought forms created by collective belief, while others see them as evidence of a non-physical world. In Graham's The Resonance Code, the ultimate source of these entities is a primordial first wound in reality, a metaphysical corruption. This mirrors the idea that our universe is layered, and that some phenomena arise from fractures in the fabric of existence. So next time you feel a chill, consider that you might be brushing against something ancient and mysterious. Keep exploring, stay curious, and remember, the dark is not always empty.